Hey, number ones. So, a lot of people have asked, how is my training going? Well, let's talk about it. Welcome back to my channel. So you see, I started lifting weights, I think, a year ago, maybe a year and a half. Something like that. I need to check my gym membership card, to be honest. But yeah, around definitely over a year ago, almost a year ago. So, any gains? Have I experienced any gains? So here is the first question. And also, when I talk about training, I don't only mean weightlifting, but I also do other things, as you can tell from this. So, let's talk about it. You see, some people, and I would say definitely number ones, have asked this very politely. You know, they said, so any gains, any progress in your training, what do you do, and that sort of thing. And I will answer to this. Other people said quite a few things about me. Like some people said that I'm fat, others said that I'm completely out of shape, and so on. If I'm training so much, because I do go to the gym 3 to 4 times a week, mind you. So if I train so much, what's wrong with my training? Okay, so let me tell you this. First off, what sort of training do? I do a lot of weightlifting, and have I seen gain? Yes, I have had gains. In fact, I am on a bulk, and that's one of the reasons why I did get a little bit of fat. And I'll get to that in a minute. Yes, I have seen some success, and I will share pictures because I think that's what you do in these sort of videos. I don't know. I normally it's not the sort of video that I make, but a lot of people asked, so I thought it was a good idea. So that's what I do. I lift weight with and I aim at gaining muscle mass mostly. So what that means is that, of course, I do mostly I lift until failure and that sort of thing. I get a lot of protein. I eat many times a day, like 5 times a day. I take supplementation and that sort of thing. But I don't only lift weights. I also work out, meaning I do free body training. So I do push-ups, sit-ups sometimes, and I also do some cardio. Although I gotta say that now that my bulk is almost finished for this year, I will intensify cardio because I do need to lose some of that extra fat that I have gained because of the bulking that I've done. Because my bulking wasn't 100% professional. Maybe I started very professional, you know, just counting down, and I do count my calories and my proteins. I've got apps for my phone, but my problem is carbs. I love carbs, I love pasta, and sometimes I slipped off, meaning that okay, I never went on a protein deficit. My proteins are always every day. I get like the right amount of proteins. 1.5 grams per kilogram of body weight, so I do get a lot of proteins, and I drink a heck of a lot of water because of that. Sometimes I even surpass it, and I reached 2 grams per kilo. But another thing is that I eat a lot of carbs. I like that, so I go on a sort of extra. I take too many calories, and occasionally in the morning when I have a long day and I gotta teach, I also eat some chocolate because it helps me. Because you see, I'm not an athlete, I'm a teacher, which is a sedentary job. In fact, I think this is why some people tell me I've got small shoulders, and that's true. In fact, most of the gains I've seen, for me, shoulders are a bit difficult. I'm working on it, and in fact, if you have suggestions on how to work on your shoulders to make them broader, and I would definitely gladly accept that. But the gains I've seen are mostly on my arms. My arms are a lot bigger than they used to be, and I'll show you some pictures, of course, and my pecs. That's what I've seen most of gains. And then secondly, on my traps, not much on my legs, and I need to increase leg day. If I skipped sometimes leg press and leg day, I know that's wrong, and I'll start working hard on squat and everything. But with my pectoral muscles, I work hard. I work until failure. I do bench press. You know, I do the things you need to do. I do stretching as well, because this is not, you see, my training is not just, I don't just want to get bigger, I want to become combat effective. And I have practiced martial art in the past, Kyokushin Karate, for example. And now I've decided to get back to it. So stretching for the legs, stretching for the kicks. I try my kicks, I try my techniques. I want to get stronger and faster. What you have to understand is that in my case, up to a year and a half ago, apart from practicing martial arts, I had no training at all. I had the body of a scholar, someone who spent most of his time with books, learning languages and learning history. And of course, that's not a good body, to be honest. So I decided to change that, and now I've decided to actually follow the footsteps of the Spartans, the Spartan warriors. And I will make a video on this because it's a huge misconception to imagine the Spartans as being warriors who maybe were not literate, okay? They were very strong and that's it. No, the Spartans were famous among the Greeks because they were warrior philosophers, warriors who were also very intelligent, had a lot of culture, could talk about philosophy, and that was it. And then they had long hair. That's another thing about the Spartans. So that's the sort of model that I have in my mind when I train. And I also do, I will talk more about my training and what I do, but I first want to see good success, because before I can preach, before I can share with people my way of training specifically, I need to get results. That's just like with languages. I can't tell people how to speak or to learn Japanese if I haven't learned it. First I spent 8 years learning Japanese, mastering the language, getting it to business level, and then I talk to people. So I'll do the same with my physique and my body. But it needs time, and some people were like, "Whoa, you're so lazy." Apart from the fact that I think that the word lazy cannot be put with me, because I'm a man who works 16 hours a day, 12 hours a day, and I go to the gym 4 times a week, and I make YouTube videos every day. I don't think that I can be considered to be slothful or lazy. You can say a lot of things about me, but probably not that one. But anyways, I do go. It's just you need to give me time, and people who understand training understand, and I'm the first one to understand that. You need to give me 2 years, 3 years before I can actually see real gains and the real stuff. But I've seen some gains. I like to say that I know that I'm still far away and far off to where I want. That I'm not like someone that you see and you're like, "Whoa, he's got a good body." I know, but I have definitely improved, and this is the situation. I never had that sort of arm, and I never had that sort of pectoral muscle. Okay, so have I had success? Yes, I did, a certain extent, and I will surely continue, because that's the way I am. I think with training, people say the way you eat is very important. Nutrition. People say sleep is very important. People say the way you train, your negative and everything is very important. But I think the most important thing is willpower, and I have that. So I think that having that key word, that key element in my training, then I think that if you give me 4 years, and I will build that physique that will help me also make better videos, because I always want to represent warriors. Well, I need to get the body of a warrior. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this update, and if you have, of course, suggestions for my training, please let me know. I wish to humbly ask for your help, as I am not an expert, although I have watched a lot of videos, like AthleanX, for example, is a YouTuber that I watched constantly, and there are many others. Six Packs something, I don't remember the name, is another one that I watch. So I watch a lot of YouTubers and follow their suggestions, of course, but I would be very happy and delighted to hear yours. Thank you very much for watching, and remember, the Metatron has spread his wings.